Hello. Whew, I'm a couple of minutes late. Sorry about that. I wasn't even sure I was going to get to stream until right at the last minute. But it worked out where I can, at least for a little while. I do want to see how. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and cut this tissue paper, cut it in half this way and then in thirds this way so that my sheets are about this big and they'll fit nicely on this little jelly plate that I'm using. Oh, I am now live according to YouTube. Okay. All right, I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to worry about is it exactly in half because this is all stuff for collage anyway. None of it is a finished piece. So, hi, Sana. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Okay. I haven't ever tried to cut tissue paper like this before. But I'm using a small jelly plate, so I didn't even. Okay, we may use some of these little bits too. That might be fun. I'm only going to cut half of it up. I probably don't even need this much, but. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Kay. I'm so glad y'all are here. I'm doing pretty good today. Um, I got some stuff done this morning, which means I can stream for a little while before I have to do something else. So that makes me happy. It's always nice to get to come be with my friends. Hi, Candy. I'm glad you're here. Okay, I'm just gonna jelly print on tissue paper, and I'm gonna use this for my roll off. No, actually, I've got some paper I'll use. I'll use what I've got out here already because I like to use the roll off paper for stuff too. But I don't want to use tissue paper as roll off paper because it it tends to want to roll back up into the brayer, which is not fun. Um, it looks like I have this beautiful clean brayer, but it's really not. It's just the black paint from last time, from Monday when we streamed for a little bit. So, okay, I haven't made any plans of what I'm going to do. I am going to use these things that Tanya sent me in Happy Mail. And I've got some of these that came out of a little set of bowls I got at the thrift store. Whoever bought them had not even used them, I guess, or maybe they just used these to store them because they were very good about things like that, and I'm not. So I'm going to use them to jelly print on with. And then I have a few stencils out here. I've got some stencils, and then I've got these things that were you're supposed to put this thing over the top of your gutters to keep the leaves out of your gutter. But I found it at the thrift store. They were selling it for 25 cents. And so I cut it. Um, it was broken. It's funny because you would think they would just throw that away instead of trying to sell it. But they got 25 cents for it, and I got a couple of stencils. So I guess that worked out well. Hi, Brittany. I'm so glad you're here. And I just brought out some paints. I brought out some greens and some browns and some blacks and creams and whites. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm not even going to be worrying too much about colors. I'm just wanting to play without thinking too much. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play without thinking too much. Now, if we end up, I am going to use these as my, tamp off papers. So if I run out, I do have some more. But I also think that these would be fun. Anyway, we'll see. We will see. Brittany says, I just had to refresh because I got an annoying tail ad that they placed directly above the chat box and it was lowering my text area so much I had to scroll. That makes me mad because I told them not to do any mid roll ads. It makes me mad if they're still doing it because I checked that off. Where if they were going to do any ads, I had to put them on while I'm streaming. The beforehand ones, it's not as big a deal. But while I'm streaming, I don't want y'all having ads coming in the middle someplace just because YouTube thinks it's a good spot. Um, so that shouldn't be happening. That's upsetting. Hi Dana, I'm glad you're here. It's so good to see all of you. Oh my goodness. All right, let's just start because I don't know what else to do. We're gonna start by putting something pretty on to be our focal point, and then we will take it off and do add in the stuff behind it. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right, let's move these. I got not enough space. I need more space and less stuff. Okay. So, well, see, I didn't get any flower colors. Didn't get any flower colors. Um, we'll use a little bit of white for the flowers. Oh well, that'll be all right. And I don't even know if I can get this to work, or I can get the. I just want it. Well, I guess I don't have to be quite so picky about it. I just want it above the green. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Okay. I haven't ever tried to do it like this before, so we'll just see what happens. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and go. We've got enough white in there that maybe it'll. Okay, this is not working the way I wanted it to. I don't know what I was thinking, y'all. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. I did this the opposite of how I should have done it, so we're going to end up with. We're going to have to do it a different way. Barbara's got to get some more coffee. All right. Hi, Joyce. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. I forgot. What I need to do is not what I was doing. And then okay. You can tell I don't print on tissue paper very often because I got it all over stuck on here. I see people do it all the time, like it's no big deal. But obviously, they know something I don't know. Okay. That did not work quite the way I wanted it to. Well, it'll still be pretty though. Okay, I think we're going to leave it. It's just not exactly what I wanted. Okay. Let me, I want to clean off some of it. Um, the around stuff. said I was just doing the stuff for collage, and then here I go and try to put a image on it. See? I just needed to do the stuff for collage so I don't have to think. But I can't even do what I tell myself I'm going to do. So, okay. I'm pretty sure that's dry, except for that little piece right there. Let's do something very pale for right behind this. Okay, that's probably not quite enough. And let's put this behind it. That's kind of cool. Okay. There's that. Let's go ahead and dry this a little bit. Okay. And let's do something darker behind that, or something completely different. Let's try this. This is called light mocha. And I'm gonna, let's do this. That spot right in the middle. Let's do a little bit more just to make it kind of look like it all belongs together. Okay, now we're going to let this dry, and then we'll put something behind it, and we'll see what kind of mess we end up with. It was above the chat box. Oh, okay, Brittany. I don't know. I don't know. Did what Barbara suggested work? Did you pop out the chat and see if that would make a difference? It's drying really fast today. Once you refreshed, it went away. Okay, good. Um, just for kicks, let's put something really dark gray behind it. I don't know why. Just because I have no reasons today, just ideas. Now, I've watched people work on tissue paper and they say you need to pull it up really fast. Don't leave it on there too long. And then other people say you need to leave it on there until it's kind of dry. So I don't know which one's right, but I've tried the really fast in the past. So now I'm going to try the really dry and we'll see. We'll see which way works better. Got to hold my hand down here or this all blows away because of the. Oh, there we go. Just hold it. No. Not in the mood to hunt it down. Well, Tanya's not able to stream today. I'm sure y'all figured that out, but she's not feeling great, and so she decided it would be better not to. And while I would much rather stream with her, I decided to go ahead since I could to go ahead and stream without her. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be good or bad, but let's see. It's coming up. That's good. You can't really see that flower at all, but it's an interesting background. It's good for collage, which is what I'm after really anyway. I love that fan, Candy. It's awesome. I think I paid $7 for it on Amazon, and it's rechargeable, which is nice too. Kind of like snake skin. Yeah, that is kind of what it looks like. But I do like the different colors, the brown and the green and the black, all in there together. I didn't um I didn't put up uh my hangy thingy. Let me do that real quick so I can hang these up. Otherwise, they'll be all over the place and probably on the floor. Oh, okay, come on. Okay. Now then, I'm ready. I can do bunches and bunches now. Hi, Julie. I'm so glad you're here. I'm sorry you only have a few minutes, but thanks for sharing those few minutes with us. Okay. Let's just um whoops. let's go ahead and do some of it. Oh, that made it, instead of making it a good impression, it made it a bad one because I slipped it. Okay. Now it's beginning to pick up too much, so we're going to just leave it and let it dry. My clothesline, yeah. That's the word I was looking for. It does get used for clothes every once in a while, but well, lately it's been used for clothes more than it has been for art, which is a shame. You like hanging thingy? Yeah. Sometimes the only words I have are the more basic ones. It's more artistic. There you go. Okay. What else do we want to do? Let's go ahead and put some of this. This is Tuscan teal apple barrel. The first color was Artist Loft Italian Sage, which is one of my very favorite colors. All right, let's do this. I don't know if it'll show up or not, but let's. Okay, once again, we're going to dry. Kelsey's on your lap just babbling away. How sweet. I love it. I love it. Hello, Kelsey, sweetie. Glad to have you in my stream. Got to learn your art early. I know you have art genes because your mama does. Alrighty. And then I'm going to use some brown in the very back. Oh, there was a goopy piece. Don't like that. And I really liked that pop off paper, so I just messed it up. Okay. One day we will go shopping and get our own craft supplies because I don't want to share mine. Yeah, yeah. It will be fun to do that, and it will be fun. I remember when the first craft supplies Hannah had were the scrapbooking supplies when I decided I was not going to be a scrapbooker. It just was not fun for me. And so I just let her play with all the stuff, the stickers and the paper and the everything when she was probably 3 or 4 years old when she started playing with that stuff. And it wasn't very long though till she realized what she really wanted to do was draw. And so when she was little, her own craft supplies were pretty cheap. But of course now she does all the things, and so she's only months, so it'll be a little while. Yeah, it'll go. It goes fast though, Brittany. It goes so fast. Soon as she can hold a crayon, get her going. It'll be good for her brain and her eye-hand coordination. Soon as she can hold a crayon and won't eat it, she has to not eat it. uh, okay, let's see. Oh, this is pretty. Hi, Lisa. So good to see you here. Yep, it's live. I'm playing today. Oh no, I waited. I didn't wait long enough. I didn't wait long enough. Okay, let's. I don't know. I don't know if it'll do better if put it back down and wait. Draw on the walls. Yeah, I put up a whiteboard. Of course, I knew that I was going to be homeschooling, so I knew I was going to need one. So it wasn't like a purchase that was, you know, ex- extra. But I put up a whiteboard right at Hannah's arm level, and I told her, "This is the where you can draw. No other walls can you draw on, only this one." And and that's where she started drawing, was on a whiteboard. Bye, Julie. Thanks for coming. I hope that this will that I can get it to come up. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Come on. Nope, 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 nope. I don't think there's very many people here that don't know. Candy might be the only one, but Craft Design, Edit, Sleep, Repeat, Lisa Conway is Tanya's sister. We have the same name. She has a channel where she does some knitting and she makes knitting patterns and stuff like that. Very technical, very cool. Um, but she's been joining our crafty community lately, and we're very glad. We have more in common than we know. Yeah, yeah. She weaves. You weave too, and everything, and all the stuff, don't you? Am I wrong about that? Oh, come on, come on, come on. Okay. This is okay. It did not help to lay it back down because it was already torn, and so it's still torn. It didn't heal anything, but I am getting more of it off now. So, but it'll still be good for collage. Now I got to clean that off. Oh. Lisa says, I homeschooled my three. Last graduates this year. Yes, I weave, spin, knit, edit, and design knitting patterns. Very cool. I don't knit. I wish I could knit. I've tried to learn, but it just won't stick in my head, the knitting thing. And my hands are, they just want to crochet because they've been crocheting for so long. So I decided I don't really have to knit. I don't have to do everything. I can not knit. But I love the way knitting looks, like a knitted sweater. Um, so I wish I could knit, but I've decided that there are other things more important to me than knitting, even though I would like to know how. I had a hard time learning to crochet because I'm left-handed, and there was nobody left-handed to show me anything. So I just had to learn by sitting in front of somebody who is right-handed and trying to watch what they did and not which hand they used for what. And that was the only way I was able to learn how to crochet, was to just ignore what hand they were using, um, and just do the motions that they did. And I imagine that, having to adapt everything when you're left-handed, you learn to you learn how to ignore the fact that it looks backwards. Um, anyway, it is hard to learn, Candy, but I think you could. Um, yeah, Hannah. That's what Hannah learned first, was Tunisian crochet. She couldn't getting the gauge, the tightness, looseness of the stitches was really hard for her until she did Tunisian. And then she learned how to crochet after she'd done that for a while. But but that was definitely easier for Hannah to learn. But she had the same struggle trying to learn because she's right-handed, and I was trying to teach her. So, you know, um, but Candy, there are some left-handed um, crochet ladies on YouTube that do an excellent job. I can't right now think of who they are, but if you would just put in the search bar left-handed crochet, I bet you would find some of these ladies, and they do. They have the camera really close, and they show everything. One of them, she does everything right-handed, and then she does a right-handed video and a left-handed video for all of her stuff. I wish I could remember her name. Um, but anyway, I think you could find somebody who could teach you. When I was trying to learn, I was 10 and there was no YouTube. But anyway, look that up. I bet you'll find something that'll help. Okay. I'm trying to think what I want to do next. Okay, let's pull. Let's do this one. I'm going to put it like, no, we're just going to let it go off the sides. That's okay. Do crochet, but not that much. Yeah. Well, I don't crochet a lot. I go in spurts. There was a time in my life when I crocheted a bunch, and then I didn't crochet for years. And then I had a friend whose little boy had leukemia, and so I crocheted hats for their whole family. So I crocheted like 12 hats, um, and then I quit crocheting for a long time. And I haven't started the actual crocheting of my sweater yet. I'm still spinning and um, still spinning, but I am going to go ahead and start the crocheting before I finish the spinning, because that I think that'll be good. Let's see. Trying to decide what color I want to put on here, and I'm talking about other things, and then I get confused. Get confused about what my plan was. Mm, okay, I'm going to use this kind of teal again. This is that Tuscan teal. We're going to put this down, and then we'll pull this up, and we'll add other stuff on top of it. There's some of these don't really want, the paint doesn't really want to get down in there, but persevere, persevere. Okay, I just have to, well, no, let's wait a minute. Let's go ahead and do this. It moved, so it's not a great print, but that's kind of fun. That might be good to collage as a background. It might be. Let me go ahead and hang this up. Okay, Joyce has a suggestion, Candy. The Secret Yarnery. She's a lady that does left-handed crochet tutorials. That's not the one that I was thinking about because I've never heard of this lady, but there's somebody specific. Specific is good. So thanks, Joyce. Brittany says, I tried to teach myself how to crochet using YouTube videos, and it was too hard for me to grasp, and the frustration wasn't worth it to me, so I gave up. That's how I was with knitting, Brittany. Exactly. It's exactly how I was with knitting. I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. I'll just crochet. I need to empty my loom so I can weave. Weaving's even easier, but it takes a lot of time to warp the loom. Once you've done that, the weaving part's easy. One thing Hannah won't be taking with her that I kind of wish she could is the huge loom that's in my living room. Because it's too tall for me. I can't use it with my back. I mean, I could for like 10 minutes at a time, but it's messed up. And the some the one of the oh, my brain will not think of the words. One of the heddle, what do you call those things? I want to say shafts, but I'm not sure what they're called. Um, anyway, one of the things that holds the heddles is sticking, and you have to kind of push it down. And when you do that, then it knocks some of the little hooks underneath that hook to the petals and the heddles, and so Tanya's not able to stream today. She's not feeling great. She did get to go out and do a little bit of thrift store shopping with Helen. So she got to do something fun, but she didn't feel like coming on and talking and stuff. So I'm not sure if she's back at home or if they're still out. Maybe they're eating lunch or something. I don't know. Anyway, that loom, I had my pattern that had the treadling and the threading all taped to the front of the loom. And some of those things came off in the back when that one shaft got stuck. And then somehow that piece of paper, something caught it. We had thrown a blanket up there, so I think that's what happened. The Anyway, something pulled that piece of paper off, and I lost the paper. So now I don't know which of the little rods that go down to my treadles. I don't know which ones where they were supposed to go, and I don't even know what the pattern is. And I've got this this warp on there. That's anyway. Um, well, it's the it has metal mechanisms on the sides that pull up and down, and the metal is not going back down. And I don't think candle wax would work. Um, I don't know if something's bent because the guy who moved it just threw it around like a piece of furniture and not like a delicate machine. And so I don't know if something is bent, and that's why anyway. I have a good friend in the weaving guild that he said he would come over and try to help me figure it out, but I just haven't had the gumption to do that. And then when I lost the paper, and I don't even know, it was a pattern I made up, so I have, I don't have it like a copy of it somewhere. Always keep a copy. Anyway, that kind of took out any gumption I had to even have him come over and fix it. No, it's a floor loom. It's a 8 shaft floor loom, but the shafts are moved up and down by long rods on the side and metal pieces. It's an old one. Okay, moving on. Let's put this on there. No, let's do the light gray. That'd be good. I have a couple of rigid heddle looms, and one of those has some dish towels on it that I need to take off so I can weave a scarf for my sister on it. That I've been promising her for 2 years, and the other one is really small. About scarves or mug rugs is about all you could do on it. Now you could do some weaving on it where you sew the woven pieces together, but it is old. It's a beautiful old loom. The woodworking in it was very sturdy and well done. And if I could just get this situation with the sticking to work, it would be fun to work with. But I just told Hannah, that it was hers. Um, and when she gets a house big enough, she can take it, and I'll just store it in my living room until then, because it's a real hassle to take it apart and move it. And you would have to take it apart to move it because it doesn't fold up or anything like that. It's got a weaving width of, I think, 40 inches, 46 inches. I think it's 46 inches. Anyway, um, it was a really cool loom, and it was a gift from a weaver who was having, well, she was planning to learn how to use it, and her son is the one who moved it, and he had put it together wrong. So when we took it apart over there, we figured out it wasn't together correctly over there. So we had to kind of just figure out how to put it together over here, and we got it done and got it to work, except for that one shaft sticking. So it's it's really pretty and cool. I hope that Hannah will eventually be able to use it. And who knows, maybe things will calm down around here and I'll feel like getting John to come over and try to help me figure out how to make it work. Um, but the way you have to thread the heddles are over everything, and it's really hard. Hannah threaded the heddles for me, and then she got down on the floor and did hooked up all the rods. And without her to do that, I probably won't use it at all because I'm not getting down on the floor. I'm not getting down on the floor. I would never be able to get back up. But if I could get it fixed, then next time she comes home to visit, we might could rewarp it. But I don't know. I'm not counting on it. Oh, it's okay, Lisa. Um, Yeah, everybody else may be bored with having to hear about it, but I enjoy talking about it. I'm trying to see. It looks like maybe I can kind of tell when it gets drier. I don't know. Let's see if this is good. You have to keep me entertained. Yeah. Well, I tell you, I got something I want y'all to pray about. And if you feel any certain guidance about it, what I want you to pray about is for me to have guidance. But if you feel like you got some guidance, then message me on Facebook and let me know what you think. But I have got an opportunity um, to learn how to be a financial coach and help people with their budgeting and things like that. And it does cost quite a bit to do the coach to do the training, and it's a pretty intense training. But but anyway, I'm not sure if they say you can easily make your money back, and I trust the people who are putting this out. It's not some fly by night group. Um, well, it's Dave Ramsey's group that puts this out, and I trust them. They've been doing this for a long time. What I need to know is this something that that I can do, and will it be beneficial for me? And will I be able to help people like I would like to? I'm not a salesperson. So I'm not the kind of person who can sell myself online. And I don't have any desire to do that, but I do have a desire to help people. But I can't just give away the, I mean, I could. I mean, people do take the training and use it as a ministry. And I could do that legally. I could do that. But I need to at least make back the money I spend on it in order to do that. So, um, yeah, the marketing is the big challenge for me. And that's the thing I'm worried about. I think it's something that I could do well because I love to encourage people. I care about people. I want to help people. And, and so it is a, something now that I'm talking about it, I just feel like I should do it. But I don't need to make a jump in decision about it. It needs to be something that I'm praying about it, and I just need direction. So if y'all would just pray that God will give me direction about it. I think I have the time now because you can go at your own pace to do the training. It's the selling it aspect of it that worries me. So um, just pray about it for me if you would. I would appreciate it. I don't know if I even showed y'all that one. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I think I could do the work. And I'm not afraid of being able to pass the classes and that kind of stuff. I think I'll do fine there. It's the, you know, selling myself, the selling of the services. That's the thing that I get concerned about. So, okay, let's see. I'm not sure. I've got this thing. I bought it because I thought it would work on my big jelly plate. I want to try it, but I have never tried it on anything, so I don't know if it'll even work. And I don't know what the pattern's going to look like. If it'll look like I'm picking up leaves or if it's leaving leaves behind. So we're just gonna try. It sounds like a lot of hard work. Would rather craft. Yeah, well, there is something to that. Every kind of marketing project like that, I failed miserably. Well, not really, because for a few years I made a living selling and teaching. See, it can be done even if you don't really like it. But, oh, I just dumped my trash. Sorry, give me a second. And the dryer went off. Whew. Um, I think now, because I can do it at my own pace, I don't think I would have a problem with the actual work. It's the finding clients that would be the issue. And I really do need to be able to, earn a little money and be putting some money back that I haven't really been able to do. But anyway, oh, okay, that's really goopy, really goopy. Just a second. Let's see if I can get it off. Okay. I don't want to ruin my chance at getting something out of this, so let's go on here. Yeah, crafting is more fun, but it really would be fun to be able to help people um, not make all the mistakes I made when I was younger. I would really like to help young people be wise with their finances from the beginning. And I guess part of what, ooh, I put too much paint on there, but it looks pretty if you can see it. We just have to let it dry and see what happens. Um, talking to Hannah and TJ about financial things and made me realize that I would really like to be able to help um, young people not make those mistakes that we made and not be in the position I'm in when it comes time to retire. But anyway, um, there we go. I just patted it off. I doubt I would use that by itself, so we'll set it up here and I'll add something to it. Okay, let's dry this. I got a lot of paint on here, so we'll put it on high. It is a wonderful pattern. I just put too much paint, but hopefully it'll still work. I have a brother he's a good salesman. Um, and he really cares about people and it shows, and he's able to sell things because of that. And he has a lot of integrity, which shows, and he's able to sell things because of that. But quick pickup. Sorry, I just now saw that. All right, let's do a quick pickup on top of this. Okay, there's what our quick pickup looks like. But that was a good idea because it'll dry faster now. And we still have our print on there. So thank you, Barbara. Um, anyway, I could, probably get some tips from him, but I have always hated the hard sell and the people who try to pressure you into buying things. And since I lost Darren, I have been hounded by people trying to sell me life insurance and all kinds of things, gold and silver, and I mean, like they come out of the woodwork as soon as he passed away, trying to sell me stuff. And the kind of people you have to hang up on because no, I'm not interested doesn't work, you know. And so I guess right now I'm extra sensitive about that. Um, anyway, I definitely could not be that person. Okay. Okay. I'm going to use this light sage to put behind it. That way it's two completely different colors of green, but maybe they will, both show up well. That's my thinking. If they're so different that it won't matter which one the leaves are because they're both green. Okay. Introverts have trouble being salespeople. Extroverts don't have as much of a challenge. Yeah. I always thought I was an extrovert, and I think I was more so when I was younger. Um, and even when the kids were little, I remember going to the grocery store and we would come out and they were like, "Did you know those people?" And I'm like, "What people?" "All the people you talk to." I'm like, "No, you don't have to know people to be nice to them, you know." And they were both like, "I couldn't talk to people like that." And they are both very much introverts. Darren was very introverted, but I think living with a bunch of introverts has made me more so lately, over the years. All right, let's try again. I really do think drying it for a little while makes the tissue paper work better. So, hi, Beth. I'm not sure if I said hi or not. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Oh, it's good to be streaming again. Okay, this is what it looks like. That's really cool. It's definitely very organic. I think if I do less paint, it might look even better. So let's try it again. Oh, honey, I would love to not stay away at all. Oh, it's been hard. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing again though because I mean with the dark color, and we'll try the same thing again and see if I think this is going to be better. I think it's going to be better. It looks like old-fashioned wallpaper. Yes, it does. And that's a good thing, isn't it, Beth? We like old-fashioned wallpaper around here, as long as it's not on my walls, maybe. It's actually it's a placemat for outside. If you know, for like a picnic, if you're having a dinner party outside, it's a placemat. I got it at Hobby Lobby. See, I'll show you the back of it. It's so they had a display, and then they had plates and stuff on top of it. Of course, you couldn't put much beside your plate and your silverware on top of it because it's very puffy. It's like layers of stuff here. Anyway, I thought it was hilarious, but I decided to be really great on a jelly plate. So, mm. And it was one of those times when stuff in the spring shop was 90% off or something. I paid practically nothing for it. So, mm. Come on, come on. Okay, got out of that. I'm gonna have to see if my idea of mixing my own sage will work or not when that's completely gone. I don't know if y'all remember that video when I was talking about saving money. I was talking about the fact that I've got so much paint, I need to try to mix my own rather than going to get a color just because I'm out of a certain color. But I haven't tried it yet. Hello, Susan Jasper, or Jasper. It's Jasper and Susan, right? I mean the channel name is for Jasper and Susan. Are you Jasper or Susan? Who are we talking to? We're glad you're here anyway. Beth says Dana is coming over tomorrow. We're going to play with clay and cookie cutters. Cool. That will be so much fun. Susan. Jasper is Susan. Okay. All right. Well, I was in the, I guess it was your chat, Beth, when people were calling her Jasper and people were calling her Susan. And I thought, oh, maybe it's two people. All right. All right. Let's try this because it definitely comes off cleaner if I'm patient. Patience is not my. Jasper's your nickname. All right. So you'll answer to either one, I bet, won't you? Susan's easy to remember, though. Welcome, welcome. I asked my mom. My stepdad goes to lunch on Thursdays when he's feeling like it with a bunch of other men he's known for years and years, and they call themselves the Romeos, and it stands for really old men eating out. And but they go on Thursdays, and usually, he used to drive himself, but now Darla and I have been taking turns driving him. And I asked Mom, I said, if Daryl wants to go eat with the Romeos today, you and I could go eat lunch. And, we could drop him off and then we could eat lunch and come back and pick him up. And she says, oh, I can't. It's our anniversary. They have been married 9 years. 9 years. I'm just like in shock. Anyway, she said they were going to go eat an early dinner about 3 o'clock. So I'm just glad they can still do something like that by themselves. They were hating it when neither one of them were able to drive. And while it's scary for me, to let my mom keep driving. They haven't had any, issues, and I just pray for them every time I know they're out somewhere. But anyway, she didn't say where they were going to go eat, but they're going to go out for their anniversary. It doesn't feel, I mean, I know it's been that long because I remember, it was 2015 when they got married, but it just doesn't feel like it's been 9 years. Sometimes time just goes by when you're not looking. Oh no. I may have overdone it this time. I don't know. It is leaving little bits. And I think part of that is because it was leaving bits before that I thought were just paint and it was paper. And so I didn't clean it off. And so it's pulling more paper. So after this, we're going to clean it off before we do any more. Okay, come on. Okay, here we go. But you can see where it's leaving little bits of the paper behind. So that's good. Hi, Mindy. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I like that one. All right. But we're going to definitely clean this off before we do any more. I don't mind leaving paint behind, but paper doesn't work so well. Yeah, it's better than the first one because the first one I had too much paint. But I tend to be heavy handed with paint. That's something that's always been a problem for me. Way back when I was doing ceramics 40 years ago, I was so heavy handed with it that my one layer looked like my friend that I was doing it with. It looked like her third layer. But I went ahead and put 3 layers on because I didn't want to take any chances and not have enough paint. She always laughed at me. Okay. Hey, Ruth. It's good to see you. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what we're going to use next. We'll do some of these. Oh, I have one of these that I've never used that I thought would be fun to use on the jelly plate. So let's try that. Okay. We will do this one first. I don't know if I got this at the thrift store or if somebody sent it to me. I can't remember. I just remember thinking it'd be really cool on the jelly plate. Alrighty. Okay, my roller is picking up probably some of that paper. I don't know if this is going to turn out good or not. But we're going to give it a good shot here. Okay. That's what it looks like right now. uh, we'll let it dry. Oh, I can't believe it's already 2:45. I have to be off here by 3:30. It's gone by fast. Thank you. Thank you for coming and playing with me and making it go by fast. I hate that it went by fast because I don't want to stop, but I have to. But not till 3:30, so I really should stop before then, but I'm giving myself the absolute maximum amount of time because I'm missing y'all so much. I'm missing playing. It feels good to want to play again. It's been a while since I've even really wanted to. Oops. Okay. Look at that. Let's take a baby wipe to that since we're in a spot where we can take the time. I'm doing this off camera because I don't want to do it over the top of that. But I'm just trying to clean off any bits of paper that I picked up before I realized that that was leaving paper behind. Okay, it's still bumpy, but I think it'll be better. Maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell. It feels gritty now. Okay, let's see. Let's use a paper towel. I need to just throw these in some Murphy's oil soap and clean them. Well, okay, we're just going to have to hope that's good enough because I can't get any more off. Just icking up my hands. Nothing better than watching paint dry with your friends. Yay. Okay, let's do, I guess I'm going to do this light blue. Robin's egg blue to go behind the brown to make our flowers. Okay, I'm going to see something real quick. Okay, I'm just going to pull it up real fast and see if that works better since we're having trouble with the stuff sticking. And it did work fine, but it's very fragile when you do that. But it doesn't look like flowers. It's cool looking, but it doesn't look like flowers. But it'll make an interesting background. I'm going to try it again now that we've got a little bit of paint dried on this. It might pick up better now. We'll see. Sometimes that happens. And I like the dark brown, so let's do that again. Ooh, yuck. I don't like the goopies. That's what happens when you don't play for a long time. Your paint gets old. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, I'm gonna try. Make my fingers are already messy, so it won't hurt anything to try this. Let's try just this little bitty flower in the middle. And up there. Okay. Bye-bye, Lisa. Thanks for coming. I'm happy you stumbled in too. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Well, come on. Now you're stuck wanting to see how it turns out. I'll hurry. I'll hurry. But I understand that. We're almost dry. It's just this one spot right over here. Or 5 more minutes. Yeah. That's true. Sometimes it is. I'm going to use a darker blue this time because maybe it'll show up better. I don't know. When you're not sure, you just try something else and see if it works. I'm going to go ahead and try to do the quick pull method with this one because that seems to be working. The biggest problem, I think, is when some of it dries and some of it doesn't. So you really can't see the flowers too much. You can see them a little better on camera, actually, than you can in real life. um, but you can see the texture. Anyway, I like it. I like the lines through it, too. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. We haven't got much done for as long as we've been playing here. The all over pool is good. Yeah, I agree. I really liked it. Bye bye, Lisa. And I'm going to leave these lines because I think they're cool and I think they'll look nice. And we're going to try, let's try these flowers. These are from PM Artist Studio. Trying to decide. I think we're going to use a dark green. We've been kind of using the same colors throughout, so maybe it'll give us pieces that will work well together. Light brown or green. Now, if we just wanted to print them off, this would work really well. But I do want to take a print, so I'm going to hold on to these. Andrea, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. We're almost dry here. Okay, let me hold it up so you can kind of see better. That's what it looks like. And behind it, I'm thinking I want to do some of this. We'll just see how that goes. Uh-oh, wrinkled it right there. It is an awesome fan. I found it on Amazon. I think I paid about $7 for it. It was a while back, so who knows what it costs now, but it turned out really pretty. It looks very distressed, doesn't it, with all those streaks where the wrinkles were. The blue didn't really show up because it didn't pull off as much paint as I thought it did. It just looks lighter, except in those streaks. And the streaks look, that you can really see the blue in the streaks. So it was a cool effect. Yeah, it was completely unintentional. Some of the best things are. I like that one. I don't want to mess it up like I did that. So we'll just do this. Miss Sally K, so good to see you, honey. So glad you're here. Okay, let's do black for the background. And we're going to start by coming in with this. Let's bring this back down. We'll take this one just barely off the edge. Now let's just do the whole thing with the circles because I was thinking I would stick the squares in, but I'll do them in another one. Okay. For me, it is going to go on forever, Mindy, because I can't ever seem to get around to really doing it, except little bits at a time. The things I'm destashing, in our in my 1 in 2 out challenge, that's about all the destashing I'm getting done right now. But I am getting things out of my whole house, though, since Hannah's taken some of it with her to New Mexico. That helps some. And I'm glad that I have a bunch of stuff she can take so they don't have to buy as much. Because when you're starting from scratch, it's expensive if you don't have people willing to give you stuff. So between his family and ours, they're going to have what they need. Then they can get the wants later. She she's not in New Mexico right now. Her fiance is in New Mexico. She's getting married in June, Allie. and moving to New Mexico. He's a wonderful young man, and I'm very excited for her. I'm gonna miss her, but I'm very excited for her. But she's very much an introvert, and so is he. And so they were very much wanting to do the least wedding they could get away with. And so that's what they're doing. They didn't want to register anywhere or anything. They just want to just get married. That's what they want. They want to be married. So that's what they're getting. Um, anyway, I think it's going to be I think they're going to have a good life together. Yeah, yeah, it's a cool thing, and it's one of those things where you know that God brought him into her life because she certainly didn't go looking for him. Oh, but he is a wonderful young man, and his family is really wonderful too. So she's gaining a good family, um, on top of a good husband. Yes, Hannah's getting married on June the 7th, moving to New Mexico. In a couple of weeks, we're taking a bunch of stuff down or over. It's actually over there. It's down some, but it's mostly over. Um, they actually met online, Beth, through a friend of hers. The friend of hers had worked at a church camp with with TJ, and she introduced them. And so yes, he's in New Mexico. He lives in New Mexico. So we've been there. She's been down there once. He's been here 3 times now. Um, anyway, they talk on the phone most nights and have for a long time. Before they ever thought about getting married, they were friends for a couple of years first and talked all the time as friends, and then decided that, you know, maybe this was supposed to be something more. So, yeah. Yes, I will miss her. I sure do. He's living in a quadplex, is actually what it is. Um, and the lady who owns the quadplex, he works with her, and so that's how he found out about it. And it's a just kind of on the outside edge of town. Um, it's a nice little place. It's just the lady who owns it, and then TJ at the moment, and then Hannah soon. And then the other two places are some elderly people who have a lot of health issues and have home health care coming in to care for them. So it'll be good for everybody on that place to have a strong young couple there to help out if they need help, and it'll be good for them to be in a place that's quiet and not like a busy apartment complex or something. So I think I went a little bit too long on this. Maybe it'll be all right. The lady who owns it, when she was talking to TJ about it, he was like, "Well, I need a fenced in yard." And she said, "Well, you can put up a fence." So he's going to fence in not the whole yard, but a portion of it for Sparrow. So that's good. I like that. That's cool. Hey, Susan, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, I like the way that turned out. Mm. Now I need another puppy. Well, there is part of me that would really like to have a puppy, but I can tell you if I get one this time, it's going to be a much smaller dog. Of course, Sparrow was supposed to be, you know, 15 to 40 pounds smaller than he is. He wasn't supposed to be this big, but he's a throwback to generations beyond his parents. Oh, I think I'm going to leave that. I don't know why I was going to wipe that off. I like it. Um, okay, we're going to use this one now. But he's definitely more dog than I want for myself. So I'm glad that I'm glad Hannah has him because she needs him. He's good for her. He lets her squeeze on him, and he's she can go for walks, and that's good for both of them. But but he's definitely more dog than I want to deal with on a regular basis. So I'm taking notes with my printing today. There's so many variables. There are tons of variables. You're right. And it honestly, the best way to learn is just to do. That's true for a lot of things, but it's definitely true for jelly printing. And this is a mess. Okay, let's dry this off. Type of paper, paint, and photo images, and oh my, yeah. Yep. Been there, Beth. Somebody commented on one of my videos and they made a comment and I can't remember. They were asking a question about something I did in that video. And I had to go back and rewatch it to answer their question because I didn't even remember making the video. I was like, well, I don't know. I have to find out. Excuse me. Ethan lives in the apartment behind my mom, which is right next door. So he's around, but he's got his own privacy and his own space, which is working out good for all of us. He's over there where he can help them if they need something heavy moved, and he can help me if I need something, and I can help him because he doesn't drive. Hold on just a minute. Okay, that was Ethan. He was wondering where the dog was and outside. Okay, now we're going to put some fun color behind this. Excuse me, good grief. Maybe it's time for a cat. I would not mind having a cat, except Ethan is very allergic to cats. And so that would not work out so well for us. But I like cats just fine. but Darren was very allergic to them, and so is Ethan. And that's why we don't have cats. I mean, I've always liked dogs a little bit better, to be honest. When I was young and I could have anything I wanted, dogs is what I had. Um, but at this point in my life, I wouldn't mind a cat at all if Ethan could be around them. Russian blues are hypoallergenic. And that's good information, Brittany. I didn't know that. But I have to tell you, whatever I get's going to be a rescue. At least that's my plan. I don't. There are so many dogs and cats that need to be rescued that I hate to go pay money for one. They're expensive enough when you get them for free, but all the gray cats with blue eyes. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, I'll keep that in mind. I do love the look of those cats, though. I have to admit that the gray with the blue eyes. I do. I do. That looks good, doesn't it? Like it. Like it. Okay. I like that one too, Allie. I use that cheap acrylic paint in my water-based media. Yeah, most everything I have is cheap. It's either Dollar Tree cheap or it's you know Walmart cheap or or Hobby Lobby cheap. I mean, I do have some more expensive paints, but I don't. I always seem to do better with cheaper paints. So okay. So what do we want to do next? I think I want to try this. I haven't tried this in a while. I want to see if I can get a print with that. And I'm going to once again do the light and dark greens, but I'm going to start with the light green and then add the dark green in. I think that's too goopy. It's not going to, well, maybe it will. I'll say it's not going to spread good enough. Uh-oh. Well, that would have been really good if I hadn't messed up over there. Let's see if we can. Oh, no, it just made it worse. So we're just going to go ahead and not fret over it too hard. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to let this dry. Have a love-hate relationship with acrylic paints. Yeah. I don't need a second door for picking up the images. A second coat. Sorry. Yeah, use what works for you. That's the main thing. Well, some of the masters painted with oil on top of acrylics. Well, I say they may not be the masters, but let's say famous artists. Some famous artists paint with oils on top of acrylics. So good luck. Are you using oil paints on the jelly plate? Am I getting that right? I heard it was Family Dollar and Dollar Tree, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Dollar General too. It wouldn't surprise me if all of them closed stores, but I heard that Family Dollar, Dollar Tree are closing 1,000 stores. Always fat over lean. Okay. Yes, on the plate. Well, cool. Well, I have not tried that. Of course, I don't have any oil paints. Hannah has some. I'm sure she'd let me play with them, but the last thing I need to do right now is decide I need another kind of paint. I don't have room for the paint I have, so. Oh, sorry, y'all. Oh. Acrylic is lean and oil is fat. That makes sense. Well, now you got me wanting to try it. I may have to borrow some off of Hannah so I can play with it. Bye bye, Barbara. Thanks for coming. I enjoyed you being here. Yeah, don't be giving Lisa another idea. Yeah, last thing I need is more ideas. No, I like new ideas though. I do. That's my problem. My problem is I love new ideas. Mm. Me too, Barbara. I'm glad I was able to. I'm going to do this one and then I'm going to pull down the other ones off my clothesline um and we'll look at what we got today. Oh, no, this doesn't look like it really did much. Okay. Oh, it's better. It's better than now than it looked when I was pulling it up. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's set it aside over here. Well, I got a lot of tissue paper left. Let's move this so we can see what we got. Oh, okay. Mm, whoops. Tracing paper. That's a good idea, Sherry. I haven't tried that yet. There's another idea. So there's this one. think it is the tissue paper. I do have a little bit of tracing paper, and it's definitely stronger than this tissue paper. This tissue paper is it's very cheap tissue paper. It's the Dollar Tree kind. And here's my torn up one, but I really like it anyway. And then there's this one. And let's see, we've got these that are just stamp off papers. So that's what we got. Whew, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. And I got some tissue paper that I can use to do some collage when I get the chance to do some collage. I meant to use these little bits. Well, maybe another day. Thank you. Well, thank you all. And God bless you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you all showing up here and bringing me some joy. I love each and every one of you. Bye bye.